The following is a production of cprundown.com. The views and opinions expressed by the host of this podcast are those of the individual and not of any affiliated companies. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rundown on Fun, a weekly podcast covering the Cedar Fair Entertainment Company, the amusement industry, and the business of fun. Here are your hosts, Karsten Anderson, Evan Schultz, and Kyle Hu.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Rundown on Fun, a weekly podcast where we cover Six Flags, Cedar Point, and everything to fun. That's all I got. What are we doing this week?
Yeah, right. Well,
we're getting ready for our park to close.
Yeah.
We'll be closing this weekend because we're actually doing this on a Wednesday night, and we are releasing this actually just a day early. We're going to do it on Friday morning instead of Saturday morning, so everybody can listen to it on the way to the park. It's not going to be a crazy long episode. I mean, we do have a little bit of some news updates and things like that, but everybody happy Halloween because it's November 1st, and let's just say the countdown to Christmas, and let's go, baby.
When are we getting Winterfest at Cedar Point?
Maybe baby steps. This is maybe first, because obviously, this is it's funny that you say that, because I was thinking, I was like, I was going through the motions. I'm like, wow. Well, I was with Justin on Sunday, and I'm like, this is weird. I'm like, this feels like, first of all, it was freaking busy on Sunday, like absolutely insanely busy, which is good for the park. But if that was going to be the original closing day, that would have been the most busiest closing day I've ever experienced.
Weather definitely helps.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, this weather, the weather has been great. It's interesting in Ohio here. It's like literally like crappier during like the beginnings of the week. And then literally Thursday hits and it's like, oh, except for this week, but they're not open on Thursday. So
this weekend looks good. It looks cold, but
whoever's like creating the weather, Tony, you're doing a great job. But yeah. So anyway, so we're gonna jump right into this update here. I get to lead Siren's Curse update instead of Evan this week because I got to see a bunch of things going on. So first, a friend was staying in a cabin, so I parked in the back and drove in the back. And I saw that they're starting to clear the former site from what used to be where the ground was and stuff and whatever. Looks like they're starting to get that ground ready for everything. And they are also, they got rid of, I'm so sad. They got rid of that tree, the two trees that were literally there. Like if anyone did the monster truck stuff that you went around those trees and stuff, they got rid of all those. So there's completely no trees, on that site currently, it looks like. And then also, if you ride like Power Tower, or things like that, where you can see, or actually a really good one would be Valraven, and you can see what's going on behind the wall, as you can start to see there's a giant crane that just popped up out of nowhere. I don't know how high it is. I wouldn't assume it's more than 100 feet, but it's got a giant, I don't know, hammer thing, whatever you want to call it in construction terms, that is literally hammering.
I think
something.
Hammer thing is the scientific term.
So, and it's cool because, there, it looks like at least from on Valraven, and then also on Power Tower, it looks like because I saw some big steel pieces like 65 feet or so, because they were marked or whatever. Looks like those are all going into the ground. I don't know if those are for the station, if that's what we need to make sure that we can have a tunnel. I don't know, but I know that,
they're moving.
They're moving. They're definitely moving. So the race is on for 2025 to see what comes of that. If I'm still thinking they're shooting for Memorial Day just to not have as much pressure on it. But Evan, like I always say, if we have a light winter and these 50 or 60 degree days, I mean, we don't obviously have track on site, at least currently. Like I haven't seen anything.
That we know of.
right, that we know of. I mean, it could be held somewhere else. I mean, they're flying. They're flying. So it's
Yeah, you never know.
exciting times for sure. I do want to also point out that they do have a wall, obviously, that is around on the park side, and you can what's cool is they added a interactive thing with your lantern. I don't know what it does because I didn't have the lantern with me.
I saw a video online. I could report on that.
What does it do?
So there's like a little in the Siren's Curse logo, you know how there's like the tilt track in the N, in the letter N. And then we pointed out on Friday that there's like a plastic piece there that it looks like it's like,
does it tilt?
vertical. It moves. It goes back and forth.
Oh, that's cool.
And there might be like a little bit of a light show too, but
sweet. Well, if anybody's at the park this Friday or Saturday,
one more time,
and there's a few new lantern stops. Check that out because it's a really, really cool LED wall that is lit up with like really, really, really bright blue lights that the camera doesn't like to capture the blue. But it shows you pretty much the ride layout and stuff and everything. And we posted about it on our Facebook page. Check that out if you don't get a chance to see it and want to see what it looks like. So it's pretty cool. Speaking of a quick update, we know that Millennium Force is getting a new update for the 2025 season. Like they said at Coaster Mania back in June, you know, they said that they're going to possibly hopefully be able to redo the lift hill and possibly regain that quote unquote Justin speed that he likes to talk about.
And the new controls.
Yes, and new controls and stuff. But this was I think one that just came out of left field. But Millennium Force is currently getting painted. I'm pretty stoked about it. Like we did post some photos on our Facebook page. You can see the new blue that is going on, and also the gray supports. And it's not like a silvery, like shiny gray currently going on the supports. I don't know if they have to add like, I don't know, spar or
primer.
It could be primer, or it could be they just need to add like the sparkly stuff, the whatever it's called. I don't know, the shimmer. But yeah, so Millennium Force is currently getting painted. I don't know if it's going to be like a full 100% paint job, or maybe sometimes I know the park does like to paint certain coasters where they're really close to the midway or close to guest interaction kind of thing, to where, you know, they might like maybe the island or something. They might not paint that. I mean, I don't know. I'm just speculating. So it's cool to see some new paint. Cool to see the ride lights on in the station. Those are still alive and kicking. The intelligent lights that are really old fashioned, but just adds, I think, a little more.
Aren't those only really there like opening year, and then they just kind of vanished?
I think it was probably opening year, and then maybe a few years after. I don't know for sure, because when it opened, I mean, I only visited like twice.
And you might have rode it once.
I was not of age to visit the park by myself. So,
and it had a 4-hour line at all times.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's my my crazy update. You know, obviously we'll be at the park this weekend, and if you see Evan or I, you know, be sure to say hi. And we've got some stuff about that later on. But Evan, you want to talk a little bit about Rapterra? I heard there's a huge update that just happened. Actually, I believe today.
I think it was today that they posted.
It's it's so long ago, but yeah.
They posted. I don't know if it's one train or both of the trains, but at least one train is on site and on the transfer track, and they said that it's going to be testing soon. I know they completed track work. God, probably 2 months ago at this point. Maybe not quite that long ago. A month ago. Yeah. And they've been working on
2 months ago. I think it was in July. I think it was done.
No, because we were there
late July.
Or we were there at the end of August.
Okay.
And it wasn't quite done yet.
Okay, fair.
But so maybe like mid-September. Anyways, so since then they've been doing all the electronics and the launch mechanism and the brakes and the drive wheels and all that fun stuff. That's all done, or at least close enough to be done. So they'll be testing soon. You got to remember that King's Dominion opens in March every year. They run through for Winterfest through the New Year's, and then they close for 2.5 months, and then they're open again. And they've said repeatedly that the goal is to be open or to have Rapterra open on opening day. So that being said, being that y'all are listening to this on November 1st, they have 4.5 months to get the ride tested, commissioned, themed, trained, and ready to roll. So testing is going to be starting up really, really soon. You'll probably see it if you go to Kings Dominion during Winterfest. I'm sure you might see evidence that they have been testing or actually see them tested at night, whatever. So that's really cool. I'm really excited for that ride. I've said it a million times. I think another Kings Dominion and Busch Gardens trip is definitely in order next year.
Yeah, no, for sure. And Evan, I know that this wasn't in our notes, but there was also a Project 3.
Oh, duh. Hi. We should have just labeled this Kings Dominion update. Oh my God. Yeah. So what was that? 2 days ago?
Something
Well,
like
the local news leaked it on, I think, Monday. And then on Tuesday, the park actually announced that Intimidator 305, now known as Project 305, is going to be finally fit into the Jungle Expedition theme and repainted and rethemed. The new name is called it's Pantherian. Pantherian. Like, so think Reptilian, the other coaster in that, another one of the other coasters in the area, but with Panther in the front. Because that ride definitely does resemble a very quick cat.
yeah.
And then it's got a really sweet logo that fits the theme with the rest of the Jungle Expedition. And then it's going to be repainted with like charcoal gray / black supports and orange track, bright orange track.
That's a first. I don't remember.
Interesting paint scheme.
I don't remember any
I can't
coaster
think of any.
probably built within the past, I don't know, 5 or 6 years or so that has an orange track scheme.
Well,
I could be wrong, but
Wild Mouse is orange.
okay, fair.
But
Okay.
those supports are yellow.
Okay.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but just orange and black. I don't know. Maybe somebody
But
could.
Wild Mouse, you can't really see that from the skyline, but that'll be
Yeah.
cool to see in the skyline, the orange track and everything
And
like that.
just
So
the dark supports. It's going to be really cool. They haven't really said much on if there's going to be any additional theming. I would assume so, because they've done so well with the rest of the theming of Jungle Expedition. Like we commented on in the summer, like it's mind blowing how well they've done with that.
yeah.
So I'm going to assume that they're going to theme up Pantherian. That's kind of a say that 10 times fast. So yeah, I would assume they'll theme it up, but they just haven't really said yet. It's kind of a bland themed area right now. It's very just kind of ride in a field. So it'd be cool to see them, of course, add some stuff to the queue line and the station, and I'm sure they will, but maybe plant some trees around the ride. Make it seem like you're racing through the jungle in Jungle Expedition. That'd be cool.
Right? No, yeah, I'm stoked with it. It looks really cool, and
now we just need to get Flight of Fear and Backlot Stunt Coaster taken care of. Whether that's getting rid of them or fitting them into the theme.
How would, since we got a little time, what would you do with Backlot Stunt Coaster? Would you just
thought of both of them very, very, very completely. So Backlot, I would totally, and I've totally stolen this from other podcasts and stuff I've seen online. I would retheme it to like off-road Jeeps in the jungle. I mean,
I could see that.
That's probably like a little more extensive than they would want to do on that ride. And then I feel like Flight of Fear, they don't really have to do a whole lot. They could just be like, add some trees to the queue line and just be like, oh, this mysterious UFO crashed in the jungle. And then just kind of keep the ride the same.
What my thinking is what if you were to, like, since you've got all these like themes to, kind of animals and stuff or whatever, what if they were to theme it to where, I don't know how they would do it, but like in my head it'd be kind of cool to see like what it would be like to, like, if you're riding on a tiger, running through the woods or something. Or
I mean, maybe I guess maybe that's kind of what they're going with Pantherian, but
or running on a lion, or
yeah, or
cool.
dodging something in the woods, or I don't know. There's possibility there. I don't know if they even want to really keep that ride, but
right, yeah. I mean, we don't know all.
It's kind of funny if they do redo Flight of Fear and Backlot Stunt Coaster. Basically, half of their coasters are in Jungle Expedition.
Because I think that'd be really cool. Like, I know VR died, but it'd be kind of cool if VR never died, where you put on a headset and literally kind of almost go on like a hunting excursion, not like having to kill something, but like you have to like capture something to where you're wearing the headset or something, and you have to like look in a specific spot and quote unquote that catches that animal or something.
That'd be cool if VR worked in theme parks.
Right. Yeah, that was a huge flaw. I know that every now and again there's always like those people like bring back the VR for Iron Dragon. I swear.
And bring back the 10-minute dispatch times? No, thank you.
I was like, I don't even remember if I told this on the pod, but I was like, yeah, I'm like, literally, I remember getting on Iron Dragon the one time and being so excited and waited in the line and stuff and everything. Got the headset on, dispatched out of the station, and something happened with the headset and everything went reverse. I literally couldn't see the horses or anything. I literally saw the back out of the of the.
That would have made me nauseous.
Yeah, it was interesting. And then every time we'd turn like around or things like that, I'd see like glimpses of the horses. But yeah, I literally rode like, if you really want to get an idea, I literally rode a horse backwards, I guess you could say.
Yeah. I never had issues with that like that, but like the one time we were sitting on the brake run and you're sitting there for a minute and then we started moving forward, but my video didn't start moving. It was still like paused.
Oh no.
Instant nausea. Like
yeah.
Within moments. I had to close my eyes or I'm like, I'm going to throw up.
I think VR would be kind of cool if you put it on like just to reinvigorate like Power Tower or something. And like if you
mess with the
put that on and, but yeah, I mean that'd be a crazy millions. And I'm sure that because I believe Universal, Kyle, quote me if I'm wrong, they're gonna have some kind of VR headsets, right, for Mario Kart like they have in
aren't those AR?
Yeah, Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge is not virtual reality, it's augmented reality. So the goggles are more in line with kind of like a Oculus, where you see the real world around you, but you also see then virtual elements that interact with the real world.
Okay.
Karsten, think of the Battle for Cedar Point, that old app.
Yeah.
Where you'd point your phone at something and you would see the sign or whatever, but then like the character would.
Well, I mean, I rode Mario Kart, so I know, but I just didn't. I thought that was just
augmented reality.
My bad. So
yeah, get your stupid techie things right. God.
I know, right? Yeah. So, anywho, Kyle, you got a huge update for us. You've been going all kinds of places down in Orlando, HHN, and I think Disney World and
HHN, Disney World,
SeaWorld,
Universal, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens. I've been doing it all. Probably the biggest piece of news since the last time we've talked is that single day tickets are now on sale for Epic Universe for annual pass members.
And we all got them.
Yep.
We are nerds and we're up. Well, I was up at 5:00 in the morning and got mine before the crazy rush.
I did not, but I also wasn't trying for opening day, so I wasn't too hard pressed about it. I ended up getting my tickets for Sunday the 25th. So they open Thursday the 22nd, and then I will go the first ever Sunday of operation.
Ooh.
Yeah. And
I got my ticket for September, but that doesn't necessarily mean
the day after
they
they're
said they're gonna have a bunch of soft openings, so we'll see what happens with that.
They have promised soft openings. I'm sure there'll be team member previews and all that fun stuff. I personally, I think we're probably about 2 months away from the first round of Universal executives or team members or whatever opening up lands.
Like, yeah, it's going to be a real slow roll. It's not going to be like, oh, the park opens on May 22nd, and on May 20th, the first people are going to be here for previews and stuff. No.
Yeah.
May 22nd, the park will have been open for like 3 months in some regard.
Yeah,
is what I feel. I'm looking up because the last time I looked, the pass holder tickets were sold out for all of May. I'm checking now to see if they've sold out more.
I looked yesterday, and they were sold out up to like June 2nd or something.
But I believe if you did want to actually purchase a ticket, you can purchase I think you have to purchase a 3-day ticket is the minimum. But if you purchase a 3-day ticket, at least the last time I checked, which was a few days ago, I believe you were still able to get opening day if you really, really wanted to.
And they are, before the park opens, they will start selling general admission single day tickets, and they have reserved capacity for all 3 ticket types on every single day. So if you're a pass holder and you did not get an opening day ticket, but that's something you really want, you could try your luck when general 1-day tickets go on sale, because there will be some for opening day.
I didn't.
Oh, go ahead.
I didn't think the price was too bad. I mean, I know we're pass holders; they might have given us a discount and everything, but I didn't think like the price was extremely bad. I thought it was going to be at least around 200.
Yeah, I was expecting like 250. So I was very
with everything
happy.
that you're getting.
Yeah, but for me, it's a little bit different because I live here. So I have already kind of decided I will buy 2 days of Epic Universe, and then after that, I am just gonna wait until I can add it to an annual pass. So I didn't want to waste one of my quote unquote 2 days on very opening day. I know it's still going to be jam-packed on Sunday and probably just as busy, but hopefully the first couple days of operation will let some of those operational kinks get worked out, is kind of what I'm hoping.
Yeah. Well, also the thing is that we were talking, behind the scenes or whatever, like Evan and I was like, yeah, we don't know when Siren's Curse is, media preview or when it's going to open or whatever. And it just seems like possibly right around that time or so, that could be like, oh, hey, by the way, we're having Creators Day or Media Day or whatever for that. And you're going to be like, I bought a ticket to Epic Universe and I don't, so it's like,
to be fair.
And then you're going to get to go to Epic Universe, which is going to be probably a little bit better than Siren's Curse.
Yes, but I've always wanted to experience a huge park opening and have it be like the biggest, like the very first time the park is opened ever. But the thing is like you're gonna have a bunch of soft openings, so it's kind of like, Yeah, to me, it's kind of like the soft openings kind of take away from the opening day.
I will definitely try to get into some of the soft openings, but I do not need to be there on May 22nd. I am completely not interested in being there on the opening day because it's just going to be overrun with vloggers and reporters and just the worst kind of theme park fans. And I don't really want to be associated with that.
You got to get us the hot scoop, dang it.
Yeah, no, seriously. It's going to be every single person with a YouTube channel is going to be there. They're all going to be taking the same pictures and the same video. And for like a month, my YouTube is just going to be flooded. And they're all probably going to be in each other's videos too. Like, it's just, I don't need to see that. Like,
see, I bought my ticket for September during Horror Nights when all the opening glitz and glam is gone, and I could just go during Horror Nights, and it's just going to be a normal theme park day. I mean, it's not going to be normal. It's still,
Can we just say the Universal, like the monsters, like that area is going to be sweet when they released a video yesterday, and the animatronics are like lifelike. Like they were showing videos of them working and stuff, and I'm like,
they look real. They look like real humans.
God. It looks like, it literally looks like a human put on like a mask and obviously it's everything unreal with it, and it just looks 100%.
The way that the werewolf moves, how fast he moves. Oh my God!
I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with those.
Oh God, I can't wait.
I still haven't decided if my most hype land is Ministry of Magic or Dark Universe, but it's one of those two. I'll say that.
It's gotta be Dark Universe. I'm sorry.
Very intrigued by Ministry just because there's still a relative bit of unknown with what that ride is going to do.
And that ride system looks insane.
Yeah. With the up and down movement and side to side, and a whole drop tower-esque experience on a moving car.
And like, one of my favorite non-coaster rides ever is Forbidden Journey. I love Forbidden Journey over at Islands of Adventure.
I like that ride a lot. Like
that's one of my favorite rides at Islands. I'm kind of hyping up Ministry of Magic for myself.
Well, isn't Dark Universe's ride going to be the Kuka Arm ride?
I believe so. Not to say I'm not excited. I'm totally excited for Dark Universe. Like it's
okay. I see what you were saying. You were more referring to the what they've done with the Harry Potter theme.
Exactly.
Okay, I gotcha. I love Green Gots too. I mean,
like the thing that always sticks out for me when I'm watching the like the trailers is the shortest building in Ministry of Magic is going to be taller than the tallest building in Diagon Alley.
really?
So like
Okay.
every single building in Ministry of Magic is at least going to be as tall as the dragon perched atop Gringotts Bank, and that is the shortest.
That's
Wow.
going to be
Like that land is just going to be larger than life.
Yeah. Very interesting.
I'm also
I
really
don't know. I'm a little more excited now for it. Now.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that part in the trailer. That'll be cool.
I'm also really excited for Nintendo. I think I would be more excited for Nintendo if we didn't already have that in the States. Not that I've been, but
Yeah.
you know, I think having at least the Mario Kart ride, you know, it kind of still really excited for it, but not as excited as I could be.
I'm with you on that. Like it doesn't. Everything else in Epic Universe is brand new. Where the Super Nintendo Land, it's all been done before in various parks.
I
Although
have,
the Donkey Kong ride hasn't opened yet, but
So I haven't really been letting myself get excited for Epic Universe just because it's always been in the back of my mind. It's always been, well, it's gonna open, but 5 years from now, you know,
Right.
like
Yeah.
it's just
We're finally there.
someday. Like we have tickets in our wallets for Epic Universe. So
Yeah.
so the other night, me and Dean and Abby and Ray, we were just running through all the trailers, just watching everything. I think my group, the four of us, came to the consensus that there are two things that we are not going to mess with opening day. One of those might surprise you. The first thing we're not going to mess with is Stardust Racers.
boo.
Oh.
Just because
It's just a coaster.
it's just a coaster. Exactly.
Okay.
Like-
Okay.
Obviously, if we're walking by it and there's a half hour or less wait, sure, let's jump on it and ride it, right? But we don't need to waste 2 or 3 hours standing in a line for essentially just a coaster.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't like watched any of this the nitty gritty videos and stuff or anything on YouTube. So for instance, like, do you need a ticket to ride that coaster, or is that included in was it Centennial Park?
Celestial Park?
Celestial Park. It's all one theme park.
Celestial Park is part of Epic Universe.
Okay.
It's
okay,
like, you know how-
sorry.
you know
I
how-
thought I thought there were separate gates literally for separate tickets kind of thing. I didn't realize
no.
it was all
There were idiot vloggers that were trying to say that's what they were going to do. Oh, you
Okay.
could just walk around Celestial Park and then you could buy a ticket to go into How to Train Your Dragon Land.
See, that's
No,
that's how
not what it
far
is.
in advanced I am on watching videos. Kind of stopped
No.
because I was like, oh, I don't want to be old. I want to be.
You
I
no,
want
you
to
walk-
see everything when I come
you
in.
walk through the gates, you're in Celestial Park, and then you're free
Yeah.
to go wherever you want.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, fair.
It's Carson, you know how when you go to Magic Kingdom, you walk down Main Street and then the castle is like the hub and everything jets out from the castle?
Yes.
Essentially the same for Celestial Park, where that's kind of like the center point of the park, for lack of a
Okay.
better term, and then everything spreads from there.
That perfectly puts it. Okay, that's cool. Okay, sweet. All right.
So yeah, the first thing is we're not going to fuck with Stardust Racers.
Bleep.
Bleep, whatever.
Yeah.
Not knocking it, just when we're at a brand new, quite literally the most,
A brand new theme park.
a brand new theme
Yeah, you
park,
don't
the
need to
most
bother with
hyped
it.
park that any of us have ever seen in our life.
Right.
Don't need to mess with it. Number 2 is I don't need to go to Isle of Berk the first time I go to that park.
Really? I think that's like my sleeper hit.
I'm sure it'll be great. I'm sure I'm going to walk in and change my mind on this, but I don't really care for the IP. So in a park,
It was a weird choice. I
in a
think.
park where I am over the moon for Dark Universe and Nintendo and Donkey Kong Country and Ministry of Magic, right? I don't feel
Yeah.
that on my very first visit, because we've already kind of had the conversation. Well, we're not going to get to do everything. So what do we want to do? You know, like what is our top picks? Unfortunately,
that's-
Isle of Berk did not make anybody's priority list.
I have this pipe dream that I'm just going to be able to hit it all.
Now,
I know I'm
Evan,
not going to,
you might
but-
be able to in September, But
Yeah.
us
Everyone's
going
gonna be-
on the 4th day of operation, public operation ever,
Mhm.
we're gonna have to
Yeah.
pick
Well,
and choose.
And I think, and this conversation is going way long, and I think we intended, but I like to think that Universal's recognizing that this park is going to have such an insane demand that to kind of help with people, try to help make sure that people get everything done that they want to get done. I have a feeling that this park is going to be open like 8 a.m. till midnight, like
So
every day.
that was going to be my third point. Was we were talking, and all 4 of us collectively said they better be running Disneyland hours at this park.
Yeah.
Because Disneyland in Anaheim, California, is open roughly from 7 a.m. until at least midnight every single day of the year. And right now, if you go to Islands, granted, I know that we're kind of in the off season, but we're also kind of not because Horror Nights. But right now, when Horror Nights is not going on, Islands of Adventure and Universal are open from like 10 to 6. Yeah, like 9 to 6, 10 to 6. That's about it. I really, 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 really hope that they do not try to open Epic Universe with those kind of hours. Granted, I know they won't because it's summer hours, so summer is going to mean at least a 10 o'clock close. But like,
plus you're going to want to have, everything lit up at night and make it look really, really nice,
See, what they should do is open at like 5 every day, 5 a.m. to midnight. Then you get then you get 2 periods of dark during the day.
But that would be interesting. But well, I think we lost Evan, so I think Kyle, do you have any more to add to that?
Not necessarily an Epic Universe. I finally made it over to Magic Kingdom to check out the Halloween decorations before they come down. When you're listening to this, they will come down tomorrow.
Nice.
Other than that, I've gotten a couple of good Islands visits in. I've kind of chilled out on the Horror Nights, honestly. I've still been going like at least once a week, but normally I've only been going and doing like 2 or 3 houses, and that's it. Not that I don't love this year's event, but some of the houses kind of fell off for me, and I've also just been going so much that I decided to take a little break. So I've been doing a lot of non-spooky parks, like Islands of Adventure and the Disney parks and SeaWorld. I'm heading to Busch Gardens this weekend on Sunday, actually, so that should be a fun time.
Maybe it's because you don't have your express pass that you love.
It's not that though. I adapted to not have express pass. We learned how to get all the houses done without waiting in terrible lines with standby.
I do agree because Justin was talking and he's like, hey, you sure you don't want on this weekend? I'm like, I did enough. Like, I don't need to do, so it's just meh. I get what you're saying though. You're just kind of like burned out and kind of ready for
just a little bit. So this is closing weekend of Horror Nights as we're recording Wednesday. I have not decided if I'm going to go tonight or not. I've actually kind of been sick, so probably not. But I am going tomorrow with Justin, actually, since you mentioned him.
Nice. Well, that'll be exciting.
Other than that, I haven't been doing a whole lot.
Let's say so for anybody that wondered what happened to Evan, he had some power issues and his power flickered, so he lost internet. We're going to close the show out, just Kyle and I. And a few little housekeeping notes. We've got our group photo that is going to be this Saturday, and that is at 4 p.m. And that will be, if you go on our Facebook page, you can see where it's going to be at. But it's pretty much, if you go over where the bathrooms are, over where Siren's Curse is, in front of where the railroad tracks, or I'm sorry, the station for the Cedar Point's train and everything, right around in that area. I took a really good photo. I don't know how I didn't get anybody in it. It was a busy Saturday, but I was able to get nobody in the photo. But we're going to be right around in that area. See the photo on the event, and feel free to bring as many people as you want. Again, it's going to be at 4:00. And then probably like 4:00 to like 4:05. And then if you got anybody wants to hang out and chat and stuff and everything, it's really different this year because Normally we're like scrambling and trying to get everything done in a good, simple, fast time. And it's really weird because it's like, okay, we're doing it at 4:00 and normally the park closes at 8:00. Evan and I were talking about it. It's like, oh, the park's open until midnight, which is really weird. Like, I'm not mad about it, but I don't think I've ever had a closing day where it's been, yeah, park's open till midnight. So, and then I think Evan and I talked about this a few weeks ago. If anybody is interested, that Sunday. So obviously the park closes for the season this Saturday. But this coming Sunday, you can actually go to Kings Island, and the park is going to be open on Sunday. So if you're still wanting a coaster fix here in Ohio, you can get one last coaster fix, at least of all the coasters at Kings Island. And then obviously they'll close for a few weeks and then open for Winterfest at Kings Island. So, and then also really quick, still working on the CP Rundown calendar. That's coming along pretty well. Those should be on sale within the next few weeks. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm sad that the season's ending. But I look forward to, riding Siren's Curse. Obviously Top Thrill 2's coming, if everything goes well.
I'm excited for obviously Siren's Curse, but also Top Thrill 2 because I've not been on it yet.
Right. You just got to see it test.
Yeah.
And
I did like what, 3 separate trips to the park this year? I mean, like 3. I think I went a total of 6 or 7 days, but I went like 3 different trips.
Right. Yeah. So, again, if you see Evan or I, at the park, feel free to say hi. I think it's supposed to be kind of a perfect day. It's supposed to be like 65 degrees or something like that. So it won't be too bad. I don't think it's supposed to rain or anything. So again, group photo, closing day, Saturday, 4:00 sharp. Be there, be square. But, I think that's all I've got. I think, if you want to kick us off, Kyle, and then yeah.
All right, let's end this thing. As we said, be sure to visit the group photo this weekend. Be sure to check out the calendars. I can't believe it's the end of the season already. Like I said, I only went probably 6 or 7 times this year, but man, I had a blast, and I can't wait for next year to hopefully get on Top Thrill 2 and to definitely get on Siren's Curse. That's all I got tonight.
And make sure that you share this podcast with all of your friends, and make sure you rate us, and then also join us for that group photo.
All right. That's going to do it from us. Take it away, Justin.
Thank you for listening to the Rundown on Fun. Be sure to follow us on social media to stay up to date on all things Cedar Fair. As always, be kind to your ride operators, and we will see you on the Midway. Good night.